To make sure that your win-win agreement becomes a reality, also negotiate an implementation plan that includes a timetable and clear description of what constitutes a completed agreement. You still need to complete one more vital component before you can say, "We've got a deal." Be sure to ask for the agreement in writing. As time passes, people often forget what terms and responsibilities they agreed to. Furthermore, signed agreements set precedents for future negotiations. And finally, when differences of opinion arise between parties, a signed agreement can help resolve disputes. Being shy doesn't mean that you can't get what you want. Once you have your information, negotiating strategies, and walk-away plan in place, you are ready to negotiate with employers, coworkers, clients, or anyone else. When you know your own main interests, as well as those of your counterpart, and search for mutually beneficial options, you'll be on your way to negotiating win-win agreements. If you are shy, you may be particularly susceptible to difficult people and may avoid confronting them whenever possible. If left to their own devices, these difficult clients can waste your time and cost you money. However, by learning how to communicate with difficult clients, you can minimize their negative impact on you and your business. There are many kinds of difficult clients, but most can be categorized as having aggressive, passive, or passive-aggressive behavior. If you focus on your clients' difficult behaviors, not their personalities, you can adopt effective communication strategies for dealing with them. Here are some do's and don'ts for dealing with difficult clients. Do. Listen for hidden issues, such as the client's need to control others or to avoid making a final decision when talking with difficult clients. Stay in close contact with your difficult clients. Tell your difficult clients what you want them to do and why. Gently but firmly confront your difficult clients. Focus on your difficult client's behavior, not his or her personality. Don't. Overreact when difficult clients behave poorly. Argue with your difficult clients. Discuss more than one problem at a time with a difficult client. Let difficult clients monopolize your time. Expect quick changes in behavior from difficult clients. Even if you are shy, you can succeed with difficult clients when you take control of the conversation and don't let them get away with their old tricks. Setting communication ground rules and using specific strategies will give you the confidence you need to work with these hard-to-handle clients. No one said it would be easy, but when you stand up to aggressive, passive, and passive-aggressive clients, they will respect you and be easier to work with. Facilitating a successful training session requires organization as well as a willingness to share special knowledge. Thus, shy people like you often make excellent facilitators because you are apt to carefully prepare your workshops rather than rely on impromptu speaking skills. Writing down the main ideas that you want your group to learn will help you clarify the information you need to present. A specifically defined objective facilitates learning. For example, you will learn 4 unique methods for closing sales with indecisive clients. Generally, the fewer learning objectives you include, the more time you have for examples, practice, and feedback. 3 or 4 learning objectives are sufficient for a 2-hour session. 5 to 10 learning objectives are ample for half-day or full-day training sessions. The following formula highlights the 3 basic parts of a training session. Tell them what you're going to tell them. That's the introduction. Tell them, that's the body. Tell them what you've told them. That's the conclusion. The introduction to your workshop needs an attention-grabbing opening. Then you can add a brief overview of learning objectives, topics, and benefits. The body of the training session requires the most time and consists of lecture, demonstration, exercises, and practice. The conclusion includes questions and answers, a short recap of the main points, and a closing statement that motivates the participants to use their new skills in the workplace. Step 1. Use an engaging opening. You will exude confidence in front of the group you are training when your introduction is strong and smooth. Practicing it several times aloud can really help control your nervousness. Write your ideas on note cards if necessary. Begin your introduction with a dramatic fact or statement, or an evocative question that grabs your audience's attention and focuses it on the subject of the training session. For example, do you know that approximately 95% of the people using computers use about 5% of their software's features? What do you think are the reasons behind this fact? Step 2. Highlight the learning objectives. Once you have the participants' attention, tell them their learning objectives. By defining objectives, you set the training session's course. You can simply say, here are the 4 primary objectives of this training session. Step 3. Identify the benefits for the participants. Tell how the information in this session will help the participants in the future. Say something like, the skills you can learn in this session will help you to deal with difficult clients. Step 4. Offer a thumbnail biography of yourself. Quickly establish your credibility. Take a minute to tell the group who you are and why you are leading this training session. Keep your bio short and directly connected to the training session. Include a few words about how the skills you are going to present have helped you. Step 5. Clarify what you expect from the group. Most people will be happy to comply with any rules or expectations that you mention in your introduction. Here is what you can say. I like informal workshops, but I do have 3 basic rules. First, I start and end my training sessions on time, so please come back from the breaks on time. Second, when I ask questions, I expect answers from everyone. Third, I want all of you to share your experiences, skills, and feedback. Step 6. Tell about breaks and location of restrooms. For workshops that last longer than an hour, take a moment to tell the participants when you will take breaks and where the restrooms are located. Here are the steps for successfully presenting the body of the training session. Step 1. Present an icebreaker exercise that relates to a skill or concept. An icebreaker is a short exercise that gives the participants an opportunity to mentally warm up before they learn something new. It is important that an icebreaker exercise ties into the learning objective of the workshop. For example, in my workshop Dealing with Me and Other Difficult People, I use this icebreaker. Please introduce yourself to the other 3 people at your table. Then, one at a time, take 30 seconds to describe a difficult person you've dealt with recently, and no names, please. You can begin now. After a few minutes, I elicit feedback from all the participants about their difficult person. This gets everyone focused on the learning objectives and shows that I expect them all to participate. Step 2. Introduce a new skill or concept. Present the new skill or concept with a short and simple explanation. Use words that everyone understands and be sure not to assume too much knowledge on the part of the participants. Step 3. Demonstrate the new skill or concept. Now is the time to demonstrate the new skill or concept. Practice the demonstration several times before the workshop. Step 4. Have the participants practice the new skill or concept. Ask the participants to practice the new skills in pairs or small groups. Circulate through the room to see that the participants are practicing the new skill correctly. Step 5. Elicit feedback, offer help, and answer questions. Processing exercises is a vital part of the learning process. It allows participants to offer feedback about what the exercise taught them. You can also evaluate the effectiveness of the exercise and see who got it and who didn't. You can offer additional assistance or suggestions to those who need extra help. Although you prepared and presented a well-organized training session, you still need to provide an opportunity for the participants to ask any remaining questions. In addition, summarizing the main points for the participants helps them remember the skills they have just learned. Finally, you need to give an uplifting closing that motivates the participants to continue learning after your training session. All your planning will pay off in a smooth and organized presentation. However, it is after you end the workshop and get a big round of applause that you receive your greatest reward. the gratification you feel when a participant tells you, "This is the best workshop I've ever taken."